Hello and welcome to Arsenal Domination, where obviously attention will very much be focused today on the defeat Arsenal suffered yesterday at Anfield 1-0. But with the transfer window closing, Arsenal will need to very much focus on other things today, and that is namely finalising the deal for Hincapié, but I think, that is done. I understand he had his medical yesterday and may, by the time you're watching this video, already be finalised. But Arsenal will be looking to move on some squad players. I think that's been the only real letdown you can sort of say about this transfer window so far. Overall, Arsenal have plugged all their needs on the incoming side, and we saw the effectiveness of one of them yesterday with Christian Mosquera coming in very early on for William Saliba and not looking out of place at all, which I think is a very, very good sign for Arsenal. But the outgoings haven't happened, and Arsenal will need to get on with that. They will want to generate some incoming transfer fees, but more importantly, and this is what I've been speaking about most of the window, they will want to see players moved out because the squad currently is simply too big. I think the focus really will be on Fabio Vieira for the significant incoming fees. He's attracting interest reportedly from West Ham, as well as other clubs on the continent, including Stuttgart and possibly Frankfurt, although it's only been named as of time of recording as a Champions League club. Fabio Vieira, obviously a player that's not worked out for Arsenal. A bit of a gamble, an expensive gamble from Edu, this one, and certainly a player that will want to move on for his career, and Arsenal want to move on. I think it's a question of trying to get back as much of the money that you paid for him as possible. I would imagine we're probably looking at a maximum here of 20 million euros, absolute tops. Maybe more if we can sell him to West Ham. Premier League clubs have a little bit more money, but we will see. That might be on because of a potential Paqueta exit there, which I think would be crazy for West Ham, but there you go. Other ones will be Alexander Zinchenko. His wages are an issue. That is what's causing Arsenal some problems getting him out. But I think it will be important again for him. He's clearly wanting to play and unhappy given his recent comments at the club. That makes a significant saving on wages as well as any incomings you can get. Sambi Lokonga, which I suspect will be a loan, again, just needs to go. It's not been a transfer deal that's worked out. And then lastly, it is Nelson. Hopefully, we will be able to get a Premier League move to him. He looks a very sort of London-based player, and there's interest from Fulham and Crystal Palace. So, if Arsenal can move those four players on by the end of the day, I think that will really benefit them. And despite the loss at Liverpool yesterday, I am still very optimistic about the season ahead. I will be back at some point later in the week, depending on the news on Arsenal. But let me know what you would love to see on deadline day.